Hey everybody, welcome to Muley Sage Ranch today. We're here with our young Dexter bull, Diesel, 3 Arrows Diesel. And I thought we might go over some of the origins of the Dexter. Like, what are Dexters? Well, Dexters originated in Ireland in the early 1800s. They came from the Kerry cow, which was a horned, smaller, black cow. It was used for milk. It was an Irish cow. That's kind of what the main cow that the Dexters have come from. Now, Dexters themselves weren't recognized as their own individual breed until 1845. Dexters then were finally known as Dexter cattle. They were bred to be a dual-purpose breed, which means they have good meat and milk. So you can use them for 2 purposes, as beef cows and milk cows. Here's Shane. Shane is one of our steers. No, excuse me, this is Rowdy, not Shane. They kind of look alike, but this is Mr. Rowdy. Rowdy is one of our oldest steers, so he, very soon, will be, you guessed it, steak. So don't get too attached to Rowdy. But they have wonderful meat, very well marbled, very well textured. They finish very nicely on grass. So, wonderful meat cows. But they also make wonderful dairy cows as well. Diesel here is an A2A2 bull. What is A2A2? Well, it's in the genetics, it's a protein that they have. So the 2 main ones that you'll see are the A1A2 and the A2A2 genes. Now, the A1A2 milk is the basic milk that you're going to be buying at the stores. That is what most of the milk cows will have, is a 1A2 milk. But a 2A2 milk, it's actually very interesting. It's a type of milk that, even if you're lactose intolerant, let's say, you should be able to drink A2A2 milk and be just fine, because the milk proteins are different from A1A2. So it shouldn't affect a lactose intolerant person the same. It's a lot easier to digest. So A2A2s are the primary focus for milk cows. Some interesting traits between the A1A2s and the A2A2s is the A1A2s are generally a bigger cow. Now this isn't always the case, because we do have some A2A2 gene line cows, and they are very big, bigger than some of our A1A2s. So that's not always the case, but in some cases, most cases, it seems like the A1A2s are larger than the A2A2s, because the A2A2s are more of a milk breed. A1A2s are more of a beef genetic code. You should say, not breed, genetic code. Believe me, I'm still learning every day all of this. So, a lot of very interesting facts about these cows. And it's really a privilege to get to have them and to learn about them like this. Here we have Miss Amory. She's super sweet girl. Hi, Amy. Oh, thank you, Amy. Thank you. Give me some kisses. Super sweet cow. But hey, with Amy, I thought we might talk about some of the colors. Dexters have 3 colors that they come in. You can find Dexters in, as you've seen, red. Amory here is what you call a dun. She's a lighter colored dun. They come lighter and darker. Amory's one of the more of the light colored duns. And the 3rd color is black. So those are the 3 colors that you'll find in Dexters. Oh, thank you, Miss Annie Mammy, for giving me a bath. Your tongue is really rough. That really hurts, but it's super sweet. And it also makes trying to video you quite difficult, but I appreciate it, Mammy. Another interesting fact about cattle is the poll. So with our cows, if you've noticed, none of them have horns. And that's not because they were dehorned, but that's because they're bred not to have horns. So they were born without horns. So that's called poll. Wakara here is a homozygous polled, which there's the two that most of the Dexters will have is homozygous polled, heterozygous polled. That's the two we have in our herd. So homozygous polled means that they are born without horns and that they don't have any of the horn gene in them. They can't pass on any horn gene. So any cow born from Wakara won't have horns because he does not carry a gene that carries horns. Now, the heterozygous is a cow born without horns, but carries a gene that it could pass on horns to its offspring. So if you breed a heterozygous and a heterozygous cow together, you could potentially end up with a cow that has horns. But since Wakara is a homozygous polled bull, we could breed him to a heterozygous cow and they would not have a horned offspring. Now they still could produce a heterozygous or a homozygous because of the parents' genetics, but they won't produce a horned offspring. And that's something that we don't really want, is the horns, just because for handling them, you know, it just makes it a little bit safer, a little bit more comfortable not to have the horns. So we're going to try to keep them without horns, just to make it just that much safer working around them. Yeah, big guy? He knows he's special. Dexters were brought to the United States in 1910. Now, they did almost go extinct. They really were at some low numbers there for a while. But thankfully, their population has really exploded. They've gotten really popular, especially with the small farming communities, because they are a smaller cow. They are much more manageable on small lots of property. So it would make it a lot easier for the smaller setups. And their populations are doing great. They're a very popular cow. People love their dairy and their meat. So thankfully Dexter's have made a wonderful comeback, and they're just growing more and popular. More popular and more popular. So we know we are very happy to have our Dexters, along with many other people. So that's about all I know to tell you for this video. I'm no expert on Dexters, but that's a little bit I've learned and I wanted to share in this video. So that's Mealy Sage Ranch, Chapter 2.